Do 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 bum 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 ba dum bum 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 ba dum don't do 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 ba do 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 bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar. That's what I need. Hey, hey. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar. That's what I need. Hey, hey. I need a dollar, dollar, dollar. That's what I need. If I share with you my story, will you share your dollar with me? I had a good job, but the boss man let me go. He said, I'm sorry, but I won't be needing your help no more. And I said, please, Mr. Boss Man, I need this job more than you know. But he gave me my last paycheck, and he sent me on out the door. I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. If I share with you my story, will you share your dollar with me? Come on, share your dollar with me. I said share your dollar with me. Come on, share your dollar. Give me your dollar, share your dollar with me, yeah. Do. Hey guys, Silk5150 here with some Aloe Black, and I need a dollar. I need a dollar. We don't really need dollars, but we kind of use dollars to get what we want, all right?
What's up, guys? I'm sorry I keep doing that to you. I'm sorry I'm doing it to myself. I got to do all the editing. Now listen, let me give you a caveat when I'm doing that. I am singing a cappella, right? Or a cappella. And I don't know what they're saying at the same time, Aloe Black and the great Silver 5150. So I have to do it a cappella, and I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to line it up good, and I know I'm putting a lot of work on myself. Quick backstory, Silver 5150, I used to watch him every morning. And he was just my guy, man. And I said one day, I'm gonna start making videos. I'm gonna sing like that. 'Cause I used to sing on my other channel, my basketball channel. And I said, I'm gonna make silver videos, and I did that. He was one of my biggest inspirations. So shout out to Silver 5150, and shout out to all my silver and gold stackers. I'm still with you guys. We're on the same team. I love each and every one of you, and hopefully you'll learn a lot in this video. What's up, guys? It's Saturday, May 11th, 2024. That is the Bitcoin block height. That is the Bitcoin price today. And that, my friends, is how many Satoshis you can get for $1. My goodness, guys. Like I've told you before, my channel is an introductory channel, and I'm going to try to introduce you to stacking Satoshis because we've been through a lot of videos now, and I talk about Bitcoin and Satoshis every day, but this is specifically about Satoshis and the best practices to do that. So hopefully this will help you. So in this video is going to be 10 best practices for your Satoshis. So with that being said, let's get on into it. Number 10, believe it or not, I'm going to start off with this one. You got to know what a Satoshi is. And the reason I'm starting with this, and I was going back and forth whether I should do this because I know a lot of people don't like to follow directions. And I still have people to this day sending me emails asking me what kind of Satoshi they should buy, meaning they think it's a cryptocurrency. Should I buy Satoshis or Bitcoin? So that's what I'm saying now. Satoshi Saturday videos are specifically for Satoshis. And what are Satoshis? That is a Satoshi right there. It's just like a penny on a dollar, except it's 100 million divisible units of a Bitcoin. There's 100 million of them in each Bitcoin. It's named after the synonymous creators or creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. So number 10, you got to know what a Satoshi is. It is not a cryptocurrency. It's a divisible unit of Bitcoin. Number 9, you got to understand where you're at on the timeline with Satoshis and Bitcoin, and you got to know where you're at, and you got to know how rare you are as far as world population. First of all, on the timeline of Bitcoin, we're at the baby stage, guys. We're only 15 years in. In the adoption curve, we're way at the bottom of the S curve. There's only 0.5% of people that have it. So you're ahead of 99.5% of people in the world. It may take a few decades for Bitcoin to get to the fourth stage of money. We're only in the second stage. First one is a collectible. Second one is a store of value. That's where we're at now. I think we're about 98, 97% of store of value. 2 or 3% is the third stage, and that's medium of exchange. And the fourth stage is the global reserve currency. That's the fourth one. And that's where cash is right now, US dollars. A few countries and a few people do use Bitcoin as a medium of exchange, but 98, 97, 99% of Bitcoin is used for a store of value. So we're so early. And guys, you being on this channel and watch this video, not because of me, but because you understand, because the willingness you are learning. Remember, I told you study Bitcoin. You're doing that right now watching this video. Again, I'm a low-level educator, but being here, being ahead of 99.5% of the world population of the 8 billion people on this planet, you are way ahead of the game, guys. This is like the early stages of the internet, the early stages of Amazon. You guys are in the great positions. So you got to know where you're at the adoption stage, the S curve. You guys gotta understand you are so early. You're ahead of, like I said, 99.5% of the population. So number 9, where you're at on the timeline and how far you're ahead of the rest of the population. Number 8, now as far as buying Satoshis, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you how to spend your money and all that. I'm not telling you what percentage you should do, but here's what I will tell you. Buy up to the amount that you're comfortable with and how much you know about it. So study Bitcoin first. And again, you're doing that in this video. But with that being said, only spend money that's long-term discretionary income outside of your bills and outside of your short-term cash, right? Because we all need cash short-term. We're still in the fiat world. You do need cash. So again, you only spend money that's outside of your bills, outside of your immediate cash that you need for the short term, and only for discretionary long-term savings. Number 7, how to buy your Satoshis. This is an important one. A lot of people don't talk about this. You can buy it all kind of ways. I use 2 different platforms, 2 different exchanges. The first one I use, I buy Satoshis with this every single day, is Swan, right? Swan Bitcoin. Right now, if you go to Swan, now I'm not affiliated with them, but if you go on Swan right now, the first 10,000 you spend, there are absolutely no fees. The 0.99% they usually charge, you won't be charged that. Now they will charge a $200 spread between the real price and what they'll charge you. So for instance, if Bitcoin is 63,500, they're going to charge you 63,700, which again is pennies and pennies on the dollar. But Swan right now, for your first 10,000, you can't get it cheaper than Swan. The second place I like to buy is Cash App. Now Cash App is a cheat code, guys. If you can't verify account on Swan or Strike or River, or if you live in New York State, just buy on Cash App. Now Cash App is expensive, quote unquote expensive, compared to the Bitcoin only exchanges, right? Because it's not really a Bitcoin exchange, even though it is, but it only sells Bitcoin, right? By the way, but Cash App, does a lot of other stuff with fiat currency and stuff like that. It's not known for Bitcoin, but it's slowly but surely getting around to it. I think in the future, the fees will come down, but right now, I think it's between 2.25% and 3%. The more you buy, the less the fees are. That's important, how much you pay to buy the Bitcoin, which is almost as important is what are the withdrawal fees, right? Swan charges you no withdrawal fees. What do I mean by that? Well, if you have a hot wallet or a cold wallet, which I'll explain in a minute, and you want to withdraw the Bitcoin off the exchanges, which I suggest you do not keep your Bitcoin on the exchange. And again, I'll get into that more in a minute. Swan and Cash App has free withdrawals, right? Absolutely free. So those are the 2 platforms I use to buy Bitcoin. The reason I like Cash App, because you can buy $1 Satoshis. And again, you see how many Satoshis you can get for $1. You literally can go on there. They'll charge you 3 cents. You'll get 97 cents, but you'll get 1,500 Satoshis or whatever the price is today. And you can't beat that. So you can go on there and buy $1, buy $2, buy $3. Swan, it's a minimum of $10. But it's very, very important in my book to use Bitcoin only exchanges. River, Swan, Strike, Cash App, and things like that, because we don't mess with the ship coin. So again, number 7, make sure you buy on the right platform. Number 6, make sure you understand and know the difference between on-chain and Lightning. Okay, now let me explain. What does on-chain mean? On-chain is the base layer. Now there's 2 different Bitcoins. A lot of people don't know this. There's a Bitcoin with a capital B and there's a Bitcoin with a small b. The Bitcoin with a capital B is layer 1 on-chain. If you look at the mempool, you'll see the blocks coming out every about 10 minutes. That's on-chain, right? That's the base layer. That's for big amounts of money. So if you have a few million sats or something like that, you want to move around, use the base layer. And then we have alternative layer 2s on top of layer 1, which again, we're still early and Lightning's still early. It's only a couple of years old, but as the years gone on, it's gotten better and better. And I think there's going to be more layer 2, layer 3 applications on top of layer 1. But the layer 2, specifically Lightning, is great because you can withdraw your Bitcoin with Cash App with Lightning. And I'll explain later in the hot wallets, you can send people Bitcoin. You can use Lightning for anything under $1,000 and stuff like that. And it's pennies on the dollar. And it's just like that. It's so quick. So again, when you're on chain, it takes about 10 minutes to 60 minutes because there's 6 confirmations usually, and it's 10 minutes a piece. But on Lightning, it settles just like that, and it's cheaper, faster, and you got to know the difference between the 2. The base layer, layer 1, you do for big transactions, and for Lightning, you do for small, quick, and cheap transactions. Number 5, another best practice for your Satoshis is UTXO management. I wish I would have learned this earlier, and what UTXO means is unspent transaction outputs. UTXO. It's a group of sats together Because again, on chain, because that's where the UTXOs are. If you have 1 million Satoshis, it's almost like if you had a $100 bill, but then you broke it up into 5, a 10, a 20. You want to keep the biggest UTXOs together, right? Because again, in the future, the UTXOs, the smaller the UTXOs, the harder it's going to be to move on chain, because the fees on the miners are going to be costing a lot more because the price is going to go up. There's only going to be a certain amount of space in the blocks on chain, and the miners get paid by two things. They get paid by the subsidy, which is 3.125 Bitcoin. Then they get paid by the transactions. It's just like land. There's only a certain amount of room in the block. So in order to get your transaction through, you have to pay more Satoshis, each Satoshi for each movement. And if you only got 100,000 Satoshis and the fee is 20,000 Satoshis to move it, you know, you don't want to pay 20% of your Satoshis just to move it from one place to other. So again, this is an introductory to UTXOs. Look that up, watch videos on it. When I first started, I started buying on Cash App, and all I kept hearing was, don't keep your Bitcoin on the exchange. Don't keep your Bitcoin on the exchange. So every 100,000 Satoshis, by the way, that's the amount you can start moving it off of Cash App, is 100,000. I would move 100,000 every time. And back then it was really, really cheap. And so when I was moving it, I would put it on my ledger, and then I got a Trezor. This is before I got my cold card, which I'll talk about later. So when it was time for me to move all my stuff over to my current system I had now, I had so many UTXOs because I was moving 100,000 here, 100,000 there. It added up and I got charged per UTXO. So again, you want to figure out the size of UTXO that you want. Depends on how much Bitcoin you have. Usually they say anywhere between 500,000 Satoshis and 1 million. But again, it's up to you. It's up to you and how big your stack is. I would just go with 1 million, to be honest with you, as a good medium. But if you got like, you know, 20 Bitcoin or something like that, 1 million Satoshis is nothing. But if you barely got any Bitcoin, 1 million is a lot. So it depends. But I like to use 1 million just in case, because again, you want to skate to where the puck is going, because you don't want to be paying a bunch of fees on 100,000 Satoshis and you can't even move it. So UTXO management is going to be very, very important for the future. Now, before I get into what type of wallets you should get, let me talk about number 4, and that is cold and hot storage. Okay. I know you guys heard that. Cold storage, hot storage. What does that mean? So if you have, let's just say you have some Bitcoin on Cash App right now, or you have some Bitcoin on Swan right now, and you want to get it off. Say you got 1 million Satoshis on there, right? Or 100,000 or 250,000, 500,000, whatever your UTXO that you want. Now you're ready to move it and take it off the exchange. Well, you can do it one or two ways. You can either put it on a hot wallet, which is connected to the internet and usually on your phone, which I'll get into in a minute, or a cold wallet. And cold storage is off the internet where no one can see your password or anything like that, and it's offline. Again, usually hot wallets are connected to your phone, but there are some desktops. Sparrow has one. A couple other people have one. I think Mutiny has one too. But how I like to look at it is like this. A hot wallet is, you use it for, it's like a hot potato, right? When, you know, you can't hold it for too long, you just got to move it and stuff like that. Either you spend it, put it in the cold storage later, or give some out to someone or something like that, which I'll talk about in a minute. Or you can put it in the cold storage, again, which is not connected to the internet, and it's almost like a freezer. So cold is like a freezer where it's deep, deep, deep. It's like your bank account you have in the bank, like a Bank of America or something. Nobody can get into it. It's cold, it's frozen. This is for long-term savings. You don't touch it at all. Your hot wallet, you just move it around like a hot potato. You know what I mean? The amount I suggest you keep on it, you should keep between 90 and 99% of your Satoshis on your cold storage for your long-term savings, and 1 to 10% on your hot wallet, where again, you're giving it out to people, you're spending it a little bit here and there, and it's just like a wallet in your pocket. So if you lose it, somebody steals your key phrase, because again, it's connected to the internet, they won't be able to do it on the cold storage because nobody knows your password. But again, for a split second, when you do write down your 12 to 24 words on your hot wallet on your phone, it is exposed to the internet for a second, but it's very rare that happens. It does happen, but very rare. That's why you only keep a few bucks on there, whatever you're comfortable with. So again, when you're going outside, whatever you carry in your wallet or your purse, that's how much you keep in your hot wallet. So again, you got to know the difference between a hot wallet and a cold wallet. A hot wallet is like a wallet in your pocket for short term, and cold storage is deep, deep frozen for your long-term savings. All right, number 3. Here's the 2 hot wallets that I use. I only use 2 of them. The Moon wallet, M-U-U-N wallet, I always talk about that one. That's the one I suggest to everyone. The Moon wallet is good because it's very easy to download. It's very easy to use, very user-friendly. I mean, if I can use it, anybody can use it. And it also has a 12-word key phrase, which is really cool. You just write it down, you lock it up, put it away, and you connect your email to it. And if you lose your phone, which is cool, you can just get another phone, download Moon wallet, put your email in, and if they ask you for your 12 words, you can put it in, and you're right back. You can never lose it. And as long as, if you got it on your phone and you got a face lock or a 4-digit passcode or whatever you got on your phone, nobody can use your Moon wallet. So it's pretty secure, but again, it's not for long-term saving. But I really like Moon Wallet. It's very easy to use. Their interface is really, really good. I really, really enjoy it. It's really, really easy to use to start somebody with. I've orange pilled so many people with that app. So again, if you don't have the Moon Wallet, go to this application right here and make sure you download it. The next hot wallet I use is the Satoshi Bitcoin Lightning wallet. Let me give you a caveat. I don't know if you can use this one, okay? I downloaded this one in November 2023. I was doing some research because during high fees, the Moon wallet operates on the layer 1. It does do Lightning, but if the fees are really, really high on the base layer, the fees are gonna be high with Moon. But with this wallet right here, there's pretty much no fees. It's almost pennies on pennies on pennies on a dollar. It's almost basically like doing it for free, moving it around. But I found out because I was trying to download the wallet of Satoshi, and I typed that in, then I downloaded it thinking it was the wallet of Satoshi, but wallet of Satoshi left the United States in 2023. So I downloaded this one. It's kind of like a bootleg version of wallet of Satoshi. This one doesn't have 12 or 24 words. The company owns it. So you have to be careful with this one, right? I would even put less on this one than I did on the Moon wallet, because again, the Moon wallet, it's in your custody. This wallet right here, it's not. They don't give you 12 or 24 words. It's almost like the equivalent of an exchange, a wallet version of an exchange almost. So you want to keep that one, but it's really fast. It's really cheap. I actually use this one to get donations, and I also use it to give away Satoshis. I usually give about 1,000 Satoshis away at a time to help orange people. That's the one I use. You can try that out at your discretion, but those are the two hot wallets that I love to use. Now we're going to move on to cold storage. The best cold storage wallet, in my personal opinion, I've tried the Ledger, I've tried Trezor. They both were decent, but they had a couple little problems, and both of them are not open source, and look that up. And they're also not Bitcoin only. But the granddaddy, the king, in my opinion, and doing all my research, the king of cold storages, you guessed it, the cold card. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat the cold card, man. It's pretty much the perfect cold storage, cold wallet. Now, this one's a little bit more advanced, obviously, than the hot wallets that I talked about before. But again, this is your long-term bank account. This is the one you want to spend a couple of bucks on. This is probably the most expensive one that I know of all cold storage wallets. But you get what you pay for, man. And you know, if you see it being $150 or $200 or whatever it is, just think of it like this. And I told you this before. Think about your Satoshis and what they're going to be worth in 10 years. Don't worry about what they're worth now. They're going to be worth millions and millions of dollars in 10, 15, 20 years. So don't worry about the pennies on the dollars that you're paying for cold storage today. It doesn't mean anything. Your dollar is losing value every day. It'll never be cheaper than today. So I would take a hard look at the cold card, man. It's just the granddaddy. It's the king of all of them. And again, that money you're going to be paying today, it's going to seem like it's going to be expensive. But trust me, in the future, it's going to be pennies and pennies and pennies on the dollar. And this is for your generational wealth, guys. And do you want to be cheap with your generational wealth? Again, Satoshis are so finite and so scarce. Everybody's going to want them, and you got to do the best you can. You got to get the best cold storage. And to me, second to none is definitely the cold card. Now, number two, now that we got the hot wallets and the cold wallets out of the way, when I bought the Ledger, it came with its own interface, the Ledger Live, and then Trezor had an interface too. It had the Trezor Suite, right? But cold card doesn't have its own. So you have to pick one. And to me, what goes best with cold card and with any wallet, to be honest, any Bitcoin wallet, is Sparrow. Sparrow is the best interface wallet, hands down. It is the granddaddy. It's the best one. It's the cold card version desktop software. Now you can't use it on your phone. It's only for your desktop, but it is the best and most secure. And hands down, it'll make you feel like such a professional when you're using that along with the cold card. Now, this is for obviously your long-term savings. Now, if you want to use another hot wallet, now I've never done this myself, but if you want to use a desktop hot wallet, Sparrow's a good one too. So if you want to use that along with your Moon wallet and your Lightning Satoshi one, that's good too. But for me, I only use it for my cold cards. And with the combination of a cold card and the Sparrow wallet, you will not and cannot go wrong. The number one best practice for me as a Satoshi stacker is you got to run your own node, guys. And here's what a node is.
What's a Bitcoin node? A Bitcoin node is a computer that downloads and actively runs the Bitcoin software. Nodes keep the rulebook for how to create, send, and record Bitcoin transactions between users. Anyone can download the Bitcoin Core software for free and run a node from their computer. Nodes work as equal peers in the network, meaning there's no hierarchy in Bitcoin's design. Each computer simply runs the same software and shares transactions to other nodes. When Bitcoin is sent between users, nodes double-check the Bitcoin ledger to see if a transaction is valid. If a transaction is valid, the node will update its copy of the Bitcoin ledger to include the transaction and broadcast the transaction to other nearby nodes. In this way, the Bitcoin network resembles a web of redundant information that ensures the network's accuracy and each transaction's validity. Nodes do not participate in mining. Instead, their work is to validate transactions against their copy of the network's record and relay transactions to their peers. Miners share transactions packaged in blocks to nodes in order to send Bitcoin between users. Nodes then verify those transactions. While miners are paid Bitcoin to move BTC, nodes are run voluntarily by network participants in order to secure the network. This voluntary network of nodes protects Bitcoin by ensuring no party can alter Bitcoin's transaction rules, ensuring Bitcoin remains the same for every participant.
Don't trust verify, guys. You have to have the node for so many reasons. Number one is you don't want to trust anybody to verify your transactions for you. When you have your own node, when you're moving things on the base layer, your node that is going to be connected to your Sparrow wallet, by the way, and that's another good thing about Sparrow wallet, is that it connects as an interface in between your cold card and your node. You can run both off the Sparrow wallet. It's great. I do that. I love it, man. And you want to run a full node, not a part node, a full node. And what it is you're downloading every single transaction that ever was on Bitcoin from January 3rd, 2009, the Genesis block, all the way up till today, all the blocks, 800 and something thousand blocks. You'll have it. You have a copy of it. Again, don't trust verify. So when you're sending a transaction, whether from your hot wallet to your cold wallet to anywhere from the base layer, you verify, because every transaction has to be verified, and you don't want anybody verifying for your transaction. So you want to verify it yourself. You want to run your own node at home. You get it downloaded. It takes a couple days. I got mine from Start9. I got the 4 terabyte one because, again, mine's a full node. And I love it, man. And I'm going to use it until all 4 terabytes get filled up. It's going to be a long time because, again, we're small blocks. We're not big blocks. And that's another reason why I'm so glad that the small blockers won the block size war. Because if we would have ran big blocks, we wouldn't be able to run our own node. So, again, to make Bitcoin robust, you have to run your own node, because you're not a true Bitcoiner if you don't. Now, again, this is down the line a little bit, okay? Get to know Bitcoin first. Do all the first 9 steps I said. Get a few months or to a year under your belt. Now, you may move faster than me. It took me a little bit to do that. And there's several places you can do it. You can look at BTC sessions. You can watch a video. You can buy a node, like I said, from Start9. You can use an old computer. You can use a Raspberry Pi. There's all kind of ways, but watch videos on what a node is and how to set it up. And I'm telling you, you are not a true Bitcoiner until you run your own node. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 10 best practices you need to start doing to be a Satoshi stacker. Those are 10 things that I do. If I'm missing something, let me know in the comment section below, guys. But again, we're in this together, man. And like I said before, if I got any of my precious metal stackers watching this, I hope this helped. We're on the same team. Any normies out there? And what I mean by normie is somebody that was in traditional schools and you didn't know anything about this. I'm not dissing you when I say normie, but I was a normie too. And they want us to be normies. They want to brainwash us. We can't. We got to learn outside that system. This is a whole new system. Bitcoin is Satoshi's. This is like alien technology, and we're learning this stuff together. And we got to keep on going, guys. And we got to keep learning. And we got to keep stacking. But speaking of learning, that's the most important thing you can do. Start off with videos like this. Go to Bitcoin University. I got a list of channels and podcasts and books down there that you can read and listen to. You got to study this stuff, guys, because again, it's a brand new system. They don't want us to learn it, but we have to skate to where the puck is going, because we know what's coming. Let me make a disclaimer real quick. I can't guarantee anything with Satoshis. I can't say, oh, I'm guaranteeing it's going to go up and all this other stuff. I'm not guaranteeing that. But what I am guaranteeing is that your US dollars in your pocket, in your bank account, is getting debased by the second. I can promise you that. And this is the complete opposite. This is unconfiscatable money. This is deflationary money. It's limited. It's capped. There's only 21 million, and there'll never be more than 21 million. So again, guys, you saw the price today when I showed you how much the price is per Bitcoin. You saw how many Satoshis you can get for $1. You can go on Cash App right now and buy you 1,500 something Satoshis for $1 right now. Your great grandkids, your grandkids, your daughter, your son, your nieces, your nephews, all the people that are younger than you will never, when they get to your age, they will never even come close to the prices that you can get today. They just won't. So again, guys, I've said this once and I say it 1,000 times. Stack Satoshis today, so you don't have to work for those same Satoshis tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.